What's up everybody, it's Bucky and welcome to your first tutorial in electronics and robotics. Now over the series of these tutorials we're going to be building a robot, and I'm going to teach you how to build a robot, what all the parts mean, and in the meantime I'm going to be teaching you some electronics because it's pretty essential to learn how to build a robot. But don't worry, I'm going to make it real easy for you guys. So there are a couple things that you guys can do. You can watch all these tutorials and just watch me build a robot and learn all the information, or you can go along and you can build it with me. Now if you want to build along with me, there's one critical measuring device that you need, and this is called a multimeter. This is what it looks like right here, and it's called a multimeter because it measures multiple things. It doesn't just measure volts or power or resistance or something like that. It measures all of it. So if you want to build a robot and get into electronics, you definitely need one of these. It's your most important tool you can have. So like I said, it pretty much can help you to measure the voltage and the power, test if you have any broken parts or anything like that. But before you just go and buy any old multimeter, I'm going to call it a multimeter for a lot just because that's how they said, not important. It's called a multimeter, but if I say multimeter, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, a couple things that you want to look for when buying one of these. Number one, make sure it's digital and not analog. Let me see if I can get here. And that means you see the screen right here. Whenever you measure, you're going to have a digital value that pops up. Analog means that you're going to have that little needle that swings back and forth, like the gas gauge on your car is probably analog, it has that little needle. It's going to be pretty hard to read when you're measuring, so please make sure you get a digital one. Another thing, when you're buying, make sure it comes with probes. And it seems pretty obvious that all would come with probes, but believe it or not all multimeters come with probes. And you kind of need these. They're really important. These are the things that connect to your circuits to test. Another thing, make sure that it's auto-ranging. If it's not that big a deal. But see how it says auto-ranging right there? If it says auto-ranging anywhere on it, then that's a good feature to have. If it doesn't say auto-ranging, then what you're going to need to do is kind of guess where, how high of levels you're measuring. And it's just a pain in the butt, so make sure it has auto ranging. And the last thing that's kind of a neat thing to have, and you're gonna thank me for choosing this, make sure it has a stand like that, because it's a lot easier to read when you're measuring values. Just set it on the table, and you can't even see that because it's off my camera. Good job. But make sure you have a stand. If you don't, no big deal, but it's nice to keep in mind. So next, let me show you exactly how to use one of these things.